What a Halo Worlds it was. What is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well on this fine dandy day, treating yourself to maybe some morning coffee, maybe some water out there. But it was Space Station Gaming versus OpTic yet again this season, but this time for a Halo World Championship. And of course, when OpTic and SSG play, there has to be some drama. Of course, we have the reset drama from previous in this season, where Space Station was accused of constant resets in their games, and people kind of split on whether that's a game issue, whether that's also partially a Space Station thing. I think one thing was clear: the best team in Halo this season was indeed SSG. It doesn't help all of the reset drama when the game and/or whatever issue happened during the grand finals. In case you guys missed it, it was actually map 4. At this point, OpTic Gaming was up 3-0 on the series. They had to bracket reset to even win the championship, which was going to be hard enough to win a series in a best of 7 against SSG, let alone 2 series to do it. But in that first, they were up 3-0. On map 4, round 2 of Oddball, Space Station took the first round of Oddball, but in round 2, before a reset, it was OpTic who was up 26-21 in this Oddball. And you go back on broadcast, you can see the entire thing. It is still there.
Well, it is going to be Eco, who stepped up right at the start of this game. Remember, he got that camo, went on a little bit of a spree that led to the run from Space Station Gaming. Well, he's continuing that kind of momentum and that form as he goes on another little spree here, controlling the cross-map angles with this BR in his hands.
OpTic Gaming have done well, though. Let's keep in mind, when we got into that listening, it was 4 dead. It was camo control early on for SSG. And now somehow the game is still just tied here at the 20 mark. So OpTic Gaming, despite being pretty just not favored in that scenario, they somehow stay alive, and now they actually go into a lead in this game.
Camo being effective here for Formal. Should find a second kill once a Legend, although he's peeking and prodding. Finds 2. Gonna be challenged with 3, thanks to Formal. The work that he does now. Triple line inbound doesn't fall though, and it won't be a trade going his way. Deadzone's trying to fly in, but that keeps the ball out of the hands of OpTic comfortably. 1 kill can make all the difference.
What a big win there from Bound in a battle that you thought you would at least see a trade out of from OpTic. Instead, Bound stays alive at back elevator, and to be honest, it's the worst position he could be in on the map for OpTic Gaming to still be alive back here. You can just tell how he's absolutely holding down not just the spawn, but also the pipes angle, and they continue to bait the ball in Whirlpool. Keep an eye on the kill feed.
This one might potentially have a little bit of an issue in the game as Trippy finds 2. It is unfortunately going to be one player falling out of the game, but essentially a tie game, a tied round here in round number 2, as it was, of course, the first round going over to SSG. We'll get back into that as soon as possible, but how important is that first round? But you are completely right. If OpTic Gaming want to send this to second best of 7, you don't get many better chances than this. The first 3 games, although they were so hotly contested, OpTic managed to close out the big moments. Now they find themselves, probably for the first time in this series, you would say, on the back foot. Down 1 round, down a couple of points, up a couple of points in this second round, but essentially a tie game.
Yep.
Ready to get back underway here in Seattle with a little bit of recharge Oddball. 3-0, the series score for OpTic Gaming, but down by 1 round here. After the restart, they do have a very slender lead in this second round, but that could all change in the blink of an eye.
It really could, and we'll see if they can extend that lead, maybe tie this game up with a round apiece, send us to a sudden death round number 3. That's the question as we're back underway here, and it's worth noting that it has been 399 days since OpTic Gaming hoisted a trophy.
The problem being that after this reset, and I will say, some of the resets, yeah, are they questionable? But for the most of them, is it just kind of the game having issues and multiple teams have had to face these issues? Yeah, that's just classic Halo at this point. I'm not here to dive in to the reset drama. I'm here to talk about whatever issue happened with this game, because they hopped back in after this reset and the score flipped. It was previously OpTic who was up that 5 points in Oddball. And when they got back from broadcast, even the casters were like, hey, as we head into this, OpTic should have a small lead. And the scores flipped. It was then Space Station up 26-21 instead. And so, of course, the conspiracy theories and also the OpTic diehard fans, which I'm not blaming you guys. If I was a diehard fan of any team out there in any game and this happened, of course I would hang on to this and I would be pissed about it, because it's something as big as going from up 3-0. And if this was the turning point in the Oddball, which I don't know, Space Station had the lead overall in the Oddball, winning the first round, and this one was relatively close, and then they go on to win 4 maps, I too would hang on to such a pivotal moment. And at the end of the day, no matter what fans you are, if it's Space Station, OpTic, or just gaming in general, this shouldn't happen. Like, the fact that this happened was crazy. The fact that people saw it happen afterward, or the players, like, did OpTic know about this? Did Space Station know about this? Were they made aware of it and just said, yeah, sure, play on? Ultimately, 5 points in an oddball usually is not a game changer, but people love to dissect every little bit of angle before that reset happened of, could this been the turning point, and could this have turned OpTic away from ending this series 4-0, and instead they lose 4 maps in a row and the Ultimate World Championship. This should not happen. That is why someone like Scump also reacted to it and had a similar opinion. Like, at the end of the day, was it the difference maker? Probably not. Should this happen in a Halo Worlds Grand Finals? No.
Did you see that they fucked up the score restart on Slayer Recharge last night? I did. I did see that. That is fucking insane. That is insane. For that to happen at Halo Worlds, so essentially for anyone that didn't see what happened, so there was a restart map number 4 yesterday in the first reset of Halo Worlds last night. So the game, someone lagged out, they had to restart the game, they had to remake the score. They flip-flopped the scores. It was 26-21 us, we were winning, and then they put it to 26-21 them winning. Which, again, I don't know how big of a difference that makes. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that makes that big of a difference. I think we ended up losing the round by a lot more than 5 points. But it definitely is fucked up. It's definitely fucked up. That's a 10-kill flip. It was an oddball. It wasn't Slayer. But it's still unacceptable. I mean, that just shouldn't be happening. It's the grand finals at the World Championship. You know, it's a small thing. It's 5 points. You know, we're up 3-0 in the series. People are gonna say, you know, bullshit, which it is. It is bullshit. But I don't know. I don't know how much of a difference it truly actually makes. I don't know how big of a difference it actually makes. Because, I mean, we did go on to lose 4. Yeah, we lost 4 straight maps after, or 3 straight maps after that. So, yeah, it's tough. It shouldn't be happening. But imagine making a field goal and giving it to the other team. I mean, I feel like you can't really compare the two. Halo oddball and recharge and a field goal are 2 very different things. You know what I'm saying? Very different things. Nah, it's actually the same. Okay, bet. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
So yeah, that was wild. I've never seen a scoreboard, what do you call it, misrepresentation or mishap like that. I can't imagine seeing something like that in a game like CS or really any esport out there. Unless you guys have seen this before, make sure to let me know. But a huge technicality that unfortunately people are going to hold on to and negate this win from Space Station. But at the end of the season, these guys were dominant. They were extremely good. So too were OpTic, and they were your second place team for most of the year as well. Ultimately, we get another year of HCS. Formal didn't retire. I'm going to take those W's with me. What do you guys think about the OpTic Halo drama versus Space Station? Are you holding on to it? Are you saying Space was the better team anyway? Let me know your thoughts. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Drink up. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Okay, bye.